Last Friday, U.S. Secretary of Defense Jim Mattis made an astonishing confession to the world. He admitted that the United States had no evidence that the government of Bashar al-Assad had actually used sarin nerve gas during the Syrian war. As Mattis spoke to reporters at the Pentagon, he said, "We have other reports from the battlefield from people who claim it's been used. We do not have evidence of it." However, he did say he was not rebutting those reports that claim the Assad government did. "We're looking for evidence of it, since clearly we are dealing with the Assad regime that has used denial and deceit to hide their outlaw actions." Meanwhile, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad denies his government has used chemical weapons. What's interesting to note here is not just the sudden decision to be honest with the public, but that they continue to claim that he has used chlorine as a chemical weapon, which is highly ineffective, and they demonstrate that they have the same level of evidence for both the sarin and the chlorine. But we're still expect to believe that the chlorine story is true, when the U.S. has already said in the past that their claim was false. Now, last April, the U.S. launched several Tomahawks at a Syrian base. Now, they did this as a retaliatory strike for supposedly using the sarin gas on the public. This was the U.S.'s official statement, that this was try to incentivize them not to do it again. This was meant to be a deterrent against any further chemical weapon use in the future. But now they're admitting that they had no evidence that this was actually the case, and that's very telling as well. Now, on Thursday, the Trump administration also reiterated that they claimed that the government of Bashar al-Assad was seeking new chemical weapons to use on a new level, particularly smaller ones that would hopefully be evaded by the media, as if that's something that's even possible. So what can we really think of these new chemical weapons claims when the United States has already just admitted that they didn't have any evidence of one of the first chemical attacks, which the United States became much more physically involved in the Syrian war as a result? This was a retaliatory strike for something that they admit they have absolutely no evidence for. Now, this does show that back then, when those Tomahawk strikes were carried out against the Syrian government, the U.S. had no proof. So when they said they knew that the Assad government had used the chemical weapons, they were lying. This is basically an admission that they lied to the entire world, that they had no evidence, and proceeded to carry out the bombing anyway. And of course, the mainstream media was wholly complicit in this lie because they went right along with it. And they also would not have seen any evidence, because if the media had evidence, then so would the Pentagon. But this shows that they absolutely lied. The justification for that bombing, which is now should be declared illegal, was wholly based on a lie created by the U.S. government. And this shows us that we should not have any faith in their claim of chlorine attacks too, nor their claims that they're that Assad is supposedly creating new chemical weapons as well. This is the same repeated lie that's being used over and over again in order to justify U.S. imperialist intervention.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.